survive you. I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody,
get up, come on.
if you want, I believe that anything could stop me. Don't show up,
don't show up,
don't come out,
don't come out,
don't start caring about me now.
about me now.
Walk away,
Walk away,
you know how.
you know how.
Don't start caring about me now.
All right, wait.
Woo! Let's see you jump. Don't stop now. I'm not where you left me at all. Ooh, everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands. I want to hear you clap your hands. Yeah. Ooh, nice wave
Everybody
over there.
clap your hands.
Ooh, can everybody get low? Can everybody get low?
It's so loud.
I want to see you get low. I want to see. Oh, it is loud. So everybody get quiet. Everybody get quiet. Ooh, I want to hear you get quiet. Ooh, nice. Very nice being quiet, you guys. Everybody get louder. Ooh, are we getting louder yet? Oh, not yet. Not yet. Wait. Oh, we're going now.
They're loud here.
Everybody get louder. Everybody get louder. I want to hear you get louder. I want to hear you get louder. Everybody get louder. I can't hear you. I need to hear you more. If you don't want to see me dancing with somebody, come on. If you want to believe that anything can stop me,
Get away! Let's go!
if you don't want to see me dancing with somebody,
Get ready, y'all, come on.
if you want to believe that anything can stop me, woo! Yeah! Good job, you guys. That was an amazing
North side of
performance by you
Glacier's
all.
here. So much Ohio.
Amazing.
So much spirit.
You're all hired.
I'm feeling some connection with this crowd over here.
Oh, I don't know. I
No.
can't tell.
It's
No?
happening right here.
It's over there?
I don't know.
I don't
Start the
know.
wave.
I'm the swing
Y'all
here.
start the wave over
Now
there.
they're doing pretty good over there now.
Sergeant Curran likes
we're
that side.
I need some more from over here.
Sergeant Kelly says
Come on,
this
guys.
side is better.
Make some noise.
I don't know. Okay,
The
that's
angle.
pretty good.
Oh.
Ooh. Getting a little
Oldie but a
funky.
goodie. Your parents might know this one. If you do, sing along. Let's go.
Hey, yeah.
Play the sax for us.
Oh, yeah. All right, we might need to do some boom, boom, stomp on this one a little bit later, all right? I'll let you know when.
Hey.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams will take you very far, yeah. When you wish upon a dream, let me see you sway. Life ain't always what it seems, oh yeah. Once you see your night so clear,
Oh, that sounds nice.
Oh, yeah.
in the sky so very dear.
Nice.
Here's a lesson. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be.
Start over here. Oh, I feel the power.
Stop.
Other way, other way.
Ready, set, boom, boom, stop.
Oh, we can go.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom, clap. Shining star come into view. To shine his watchful light on you. To give you strength to carry on, yeah. Yeah, make your body big and strong, yeah. Born a man, child of the sun, yeah. Thought our work had just begun. Found I had to stand alone, yeah. Well, that's it, all I've got my own, oh yeah, oh yeah. So if you find yourself in need, why don't you listen to these words of heat?
Yeah, get Sarn.
Be a giant or grain of sand. Words of wisdom, yes I can. Yes you can. You can make some noise. boom, boom, clap. Do it now. Boom, boom, clap.
I don't see it.
Yeah, boom, boom, clap.
He's got
Sing
it right
Let's go.
here.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see. Come on, let's do the boom, boom, clap.
Truly be.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom, clap. All right, shining star, guys. 2 times, come on. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Now make some noise! You can do it! Show them what you got! Come on!
Give it up one more time, sir, for Clay.
Woo!
I do believe this side is doing great stuff, especially the angle here.
I mean, this one's all right. Sit down already.
Wow. They're all
But this one over here.
They're all standing.
I know you can match that. Match that energy.
Wow.
Y'all
Nice.
will be
Oh,
great
yeah.
audience for
You
all the
guys
troops
are
here
gonna,
tonight.
you all are gonna like this one, okay?
I think you might have heard this
Yeah.
one before.
Giving
Sergeant
us-
Ian Kelly about to rock it out.
You're giving us a good feeling.
Inside my bones, it goes electric wavy when I turn it on.
Oh, now they're
All
standing.
through my city, all through my home. We flying high, no ceiling when we in our zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes up off it, moving so phenomenally. We're unlike the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When you move, girl, you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feeling good, good creeping up on you when you dance, dance. Come on! All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in my air, it's in the blood, it's rushing on. All through my city, don't lose control. We flying high, no ceiling when we in our zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, I got that good soul in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes up off it, moving so phenomenally. Feel my like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. Woo! We move, girl, you already know. So just imagine, just imagine, just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feeling good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance. Come on! All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling. Just dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling.
Come on now.
Just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance.
Well, you guys are doing a fantastic job tonight. Give yourselves a hand.
Oh, yeah.
Give yourselves a hand. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stop the.
Can't stop. No, no.
Can't stop the what?
I can't stop the.
Oh, no.
Can't stop what? Can't stop what? Huh?
Can't stop the. Can't stop the. Can't stop the feeling. They can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feeling good, good creeping up on you. Just dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. All right. Can't stop the feeling.
Got this feeling in my body.
Can't stop the feeling.
Got this feeling in my body.
Everybody, let's go now.
Got this feeling in my body.
Can't stop the feeling.
Got this feeling in my body.
feeling in my body. This side now. Got this feeling in my body.
Keep going now.
Got this feeling in my body. One more time. Got this feeling in my body. Come on.
Woo.
Thank you, everybody.
Y'all are rock stars. Thank
guys.
you.
You're the real rock stars.
Army
Enjoy the
strong.
show.
At this time, we are pleased to recognize the special groups attending this evening's performance. A.D. Oliver Middle School from Brockport, New York. King's Academy. Bellbrook Middle School from Bellbrook, Ohio. Bonita Springs Charter School from Bonita Springs, Florida. Bainbridge Lakes Charter School from Pingree Grove, Illinois. Community Christian School, Rose Hill Christian School, and Calvary Chapel School from Pine Grove, California. Garraway Middle High School from Sugar Creek, Ohio. Grace Christian Academy from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Incarnation School from Centerville, Ohio. Pike County Middle School from Zebulon, Georgia. River Valley Middle School from Bidwell, Ohio. St. Joachim School from Costa Mesa, California. St. John Lutheran School from Bakersfield, California. St. John's Lutheran from Napra, California. St. Joseph Hessen Castle from Fort Wayne, Indiana. St. Martin of Tours School, Humboldt Middle School, Foothill Adventist Elementary School from Los Angeles, California. Suburban Bethlehem Lutheran from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Talawanda Middle School from Oxford, Ohio. Trinity Lutheran School from Spring, Texas. Zion Christian School from Byron Center, Michigan. Dover Middle School from Dover, Ohio. And Fassett Middle School from Oregon, Ohio. As a reminder, blank ammunition will be fired from some of the weapons this evening, so please be prepared if you or your children are sensitive to loud noises. This evening's Twilight Tattoo performance is hosted by General Paul E. Funk II, Commanding General, United States Army Training and Doctrine Command. U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command was created in July 1973 under General William E. Depew, who commanded a battalion in the 90th Infantry Division during World War II and led the 1st Infantry Division in Vietnam. Under General Depew, TRADOC fundamentally transformed the Army into the best trained, equipped, led, and organized modern land power in the world. Today, TRADOC sustains its proud legacy of shaping the Army through 4 primary functions. They recruit and train soldiers and support unit training. They develop adaptive leaders, both soldier and civilian. They guide the Army through doctrine. And they shape the Army by building and integrating formations, capabilities, and material. TRADOC also oversees 35 Army schools organized under 10 centers of excellence, each focused on a separate area of expertise within the Army. These centers train more than 1,500,000 soldiers, service members, and civilians in resident and distributed learning classes each year. TRADOC was born of innovation and agility and quickly adapts to shifting world, national, and institutional situations in both peace and war. TRADOC's adaptive character and culture ensures our Army remains the nation's force of decisive action.
Welcome to the United States Army, profession of arms, where warrior ethos, discipline, attention to detail, pride, and teamwork are the roles of the day and keys to success. Your high levels of motivation will be essential as you adapt, adjust, and overcome adversity. Drill sergeants will be there to guide, lead, and train you throughout your journey to become a soldier. The drill sergeants will make sure you are physically and mentally tough and provide you with all you need. The transformation process from civilian to soldier begins now. Victory starts here.
Following the footsteps of past generations, tonight we are privileged to induct the next generation of American soldiers into our nation's Army. Before you, taking the field, are 36 outstanding young Americans who have volunteered to serve in the United States Army. Administering the oath of enlistment this evening is our host, General Paul E. Funk II.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Funk, and I'm an American soldier. And I'll tell you what, I got a great friend named Dave Bellavia. He's a Medal of Honor recipient. And he a lot of times he gets told, thank you for your service. And if he were here tonight, he would look you all back in the eye and he would say, you are worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are worth our service. You are worth our sacrifice. Thank you for being here tonight. For countless generations, brave men and women have fought to keep the enemy and evil at bay. And now these 36 young men and women are going to join the greatest team on earth, the greatest team ever assembled, the United States Army. And frankly, they are doing something that less than 0.04% of the nation does, and that's serve in uniform. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not ordinary young men and women, they are extraordinary. Please give them another round of applause. And I studied all of their bios before they came, and they come from a diverse background, but they joined for many reasons. Leadership opportunities, earn more money for college, serve the nation, fulfill a lifelong dream, family, tradition, and job training. Ladies and gentlemen, your Army provides you that in spades every day. This is why we serve. Thank you very much. Let's get these troopers into the Army. Okay, raise your right hand. I state your full names. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, our nation's finest warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the United States Army's newest soldiers. The United States Army welcomes you to Joint Base Myer, Henderson Hall, and this evening's performance of Twilight Tattoo. We begin tonight's show with a salute to our veterans and their families by performing the songs of the armed services. If you or a member of your family served, we invite you to stand and be honored. The United States Coast Guard.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, I shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame, our glory too. To fight, to save, or fight and die, I Coast Guard we are for you.
The United States Space Force. United States Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, swing to meet our thunder. Have them now, give them a gun, give them a gun. Down we dive, starting our thing from under. Off with one hell of a roar.
The United States Navy.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to foreign shores, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, dreams will fall. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
The United States Marine Corps.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field are soldiers of your United States Army. Please stand and join us in singing the Army Song.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build a nation's might. And the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count on the occasions loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Please be seated. The commander of troops this evening is Lieutenant Colonel Michael R. Thompson, Commander, 4th Battalion, 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard.
ready, cut. Dress center. Dress. Pose, dress. Pose, ready, front. Ready, front. Pose, right, shoulder, forward. Shoulder, forward. And 1, and 2, and 3. Pose, ready, cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, our host for this evening's performance, General Paul E. Funk II, Commanding General, United States Army, Training and Doctrine Command. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as honors are rendered. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have special guests for tonight's ceremony. The Honorable Yvette Boucicaut, Acting Assistant Secretary of the Army for Manpower and Reserve Affairs. Lieutenant General Walter Pyatt, United States Army, Director of Army Staff. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. Once again, welcome to Joint Base Myer, Henderson Hall, and this evening's special performance of Twilight Tattoo, Army Strong! The origin of American military music can be traced to the fifers and drummers of the Revolutionary War. This musical heritage is represented today by the soldiers of the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. The soldiers of the Fife and Drum Corps wear uniforms patterned after those of General Washington's Continental Army. In order to be easily identified, military musicians wore the reverse colors of the regiment to which they were assigned. At that time, American infantry soldiers wore blue coats with red facings. Thus, the musicians wore red coats with blue facings. The active duty musicians of today's fife and drum corps honor the soldiers of the past while displaying the discipline, professionalism, and precision of today's Army to audiences around the globe. For over 200 years, our nation's Army has been committed to upholding the United States Constitution and defending the values, traditions, and liberties that define us as a nation. We, as an Army, stand today on the shoulders of giants who fought so bravely for our country. As they conclude their program, the Corps honors the legacy and continued vigilance of today's soldiers with the Corps' signature melody and troop step. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. On the evening of April 18, 1775, dispatch riders from Boston rode out to alert the Minutemen of the march of British Army soldiers, known as regulars or redcoats, to Lexington and Concord. One of them, silversmith, artist, and patriot Paul Revere, was later immortalized in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's 1861 poem with the words, "Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere."
To arms! To arms! The regulars are out! To arms! To arms! The regulars are out!
The American Revolution was our 8-year-long struggle for independence. The conflict witnessed the birth of our nation's army on 14 June 1775. Though the raw militia units that comprised that force were severely tested in the early years of the Revolution, under the leadership of General George Washington, a professional American army emerged from the trials and tribulations of Valley Forge as a trained, battle-tested, and highly organized fighting force.
Sound assembly! To the front! March! Make ready! Take aim! March! Advance! Fireworks! To the front! March! March! Charge! Vignettes! Charge! Forward! March!
Less than a generation after the American Revolution, the Army was again called upon to defend our hard-won liberties and national sovereignty in the War of 1812. In battles that raged from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, American soldiers endured and persevered. As our nation's capital and the entire Chesapeake region was threatened in the summer of 1814, a small force of soldiers and militia held out against an invading British army and fleet at a small post near Baltimore, Maryland.
Make ready! Take aim! Fire! Advance! Firelocks! We've been under constant attack for the last 2 days. The enemy has pressed us hard, and they've been shelling Fort McHenry almost non-stop. But the men endure the horrors of battle and the bombardment like veterans. The courage and strength of the regular soldiers and militia remains unbroken, despite the hardships. We have a bond. We trust each other and our officers, and we know that we will not be defeated. This morning at dawn, the fort's commander ordered an enormous flag to be raised to show the enemy that we will not be defeated. They say it can be seen for miles. That flag is our nation's symbol, our badge of honor, and it will not be lowered for this or any foe.
Over 200 years ago, our national anthem was born as Francis Scott Key observed our glorious flag flying over the ramparts at Fort McHenry the morning after the battle. Please rise and join in singing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Throughout the 19th century, America began to rapidly expand its borders. President Jefferson's negotiation of the Louisiana Purchase in 1803 had doubled the size of the young nation, and the U.S. Army's Corps of Discovery, led by Army Captains Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, explored these vast new lands. Tens of thousands of Americans followed trails that stretched from St. Louis, Missouri, to Oregon, California, and New Mexico. Army engineers and soldiers spearheaded expeditions that explored and mapped this great land, from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains, Grand Canyon, and Pacific Northwest. Through the ravages of the American Civil War and the building of the Transcontinental Railroad that connected the nation from coast to coast, the Army was able to transform itself to respond to the ever-changing needs of the nation. America's small frontier army would evolve into a larger and more complex fighting force that first appeared on the world stage in the Spanish-American War. Then, in 1917, the Army was called upon to deploy massive formations overseas to defeat the armies of the German Kaiser in World War I. One of the most decorated units to emerge from World War I was the 369th Infantry Regiment, known as the Harlem Hellfighters. The regiment was composed largely of African-American soldiers from New York. Originally an Army National Guard unit, these soldiers had overcome many challenges to join the ranks of the American Expeditionary Force that deployed to France under General John Pershing. Private Henry Johnson, one of America's great heroes of this conflict, was a member of this proud, capable, and hard-fighting unit.
The French said that what I did was brave, or heroic. Hell, they even gave me this medal. But I tell you, I only did what I had to do. You see, Roberts and I were standing sentry in no man's land of northern France this past May. In the wee hours of the morning, we thought we heard wire cutters, and before we knew it, a hell of bullets came our way. We gave it right back to them. We unloaded our rifles and went after them with grenades. We both got hit, but Roberts went down and I just kept going, only to see 2 Germans taking him away. I turned my rifle around and clubbed the 2 Germans that were on top of me. I pushed through with my bowler knife, got Roberts back, and continued for the enemy. Reinforcements finally came and the Germans retreated, but not without paying a heavy price.
Last week, when the French awarded us the Croix de Guerre, all I thought was that I was proud we had done something to advance freedom. Not as labormen, but as true American soldiers.
Throughout the 20th century, American soldiers fought side by side with our allies to achieve victory over there.
Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry right away, no delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to pine, to be proud her boys in line. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
Though World War I has also been called the war to end all wars, less than a generation later, the forces of tyranny and oppression again threatened our country and her allies with the outbreak of the Second World War. After the Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, American forces waged campaigns in the European and Pacific theaters. Soldiers fought from the deserts of North Africa to the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of New Guinea, and the Philippines.
When General MacArthur said, "I shall return," back in '42, victory in the Pacific sure seemed a long way off. But in just this past year, my division, the 77th Infantry, has helped take back Guam, the Philippines, and now Okinawa. My brother hit Omaha Beach in France last year with the 1st Infantry Division, and word is, the Nazis are going to surrender soon, and the war in Europe will be over. I sure hope victory ain't too far off either. I'm ready for the fighting to end so I can get back to my wife, kids, and the life I had left behind.
Back on the home front, the country came together to support our troops. With most men shipping out, more than 6 million American women stepped up and met the new challenges. America became the arsenal of democracy, and millions of Americans were needed to keep the troops supplied. They worked in factories and workshops across the country, producing tanks, artillery, vehicles, and aircraft. Not only did the women help build the planes, they flew them to where they were needed as members of the Women Air Force Service Pilot Program, the WASPs.
In 1941, I was a civilian pilot instructor in Hawaii when I witnessed the attacks on Pearl Harbor from the flight deck of my plane. Watching that event moved me to join the WASPs when they formed a year later. In total, we flew over 60 million miles, transporting cargo, laying smoke, and towing aerial targets. We handled every type of military aircraft available at the time, and nothing makes me prouder than knowing I used one of my greatest talents in service to my country.
In 2010, the WASPs were recognized for their invaluable service to the nation with the Congressional Gold Medal. Women now serve in all positions within the Army and are integral members of the team.
America declared victory in Europe and Japan, VE and VJ days in 1945, and Americans looked forward to what they hoped would be a period of peace and prosperity. But the world order continued to change. The peace that so many had fought and died for in World War II lasted just a few short years. In June 1950, the Cold War turned hot as American forces joined with the United Nations to resist communist aggression in Korea. The army that deployed to Korea had begun to transform to look more like the nation it served. The desegregation of the armed forces by President Truman in 1948 created integrated units that fought in places like Heartbreak Ridge, Pork Chop Hill, and Sandbag Castle, before an armistice, which continues to this day, was signed, and the fighting came to an end.
I fought across Europe against the Nazis in World War II. I never thought I'd be back on active duty again, but here I am, on Pork Chop Hill, fighting commies. We've been ordered to hold this location at all costs, short of a message to the enemy. No matter how many assaults they launch, we won't budge. In a faraway land, these soldiers I lead are given everything to fight off communist aggression. Like me, many fought in the last war. They are brave and the very best. We hope the sacrifices we are making will give the people of South Korea a chance at lasting peace and allow them to rebuild their nation as they want to.
Korea is sometimes called the Forgotten War, but the heroic efforts of American service members fighting side by side with our Korean and United Nations allies enabled South Korea to build the thriving democracy they have today. Less than a decade after the armistice in Korea, the Army was once again called upon to confront our nation's enemies, this time in Southeast Asia. As the Army entered Vietnam, it implemented innovative concepts that transformed warfare and medical treatment operations. Helicopter gunships mounted with machine guns and rockets rapidly delivered air assault troops to the battlefield, where they could be supported by tactical air and artillery support. These helicopter units revolutionized medical first responder capabilities on the battlefield and beyond. Helicopter medical evacuations, known as dust-offs, pioneered life-saving techniques that remain the benchmark in both military and civilian emergency medical care today. At the heart of all these innovations was the American soldier.
I'm Sergeant Robert L. Howard, and I'm on my third tour here in Vietnam. I couldn't wait to enlist in the Army and become a Green Beret. To be a part of the best was all I ever dreamed of as a kid. My A-team has done everything from providing medical care to villagers up in the Central Highlands to advising and fighting alongside the Vietnamese. Once, my team was attacked by enemy forces 3 times our size. My platoon leader was badly wounded and pinned down, so I crawled through enemy fire and pulled him out. Even though I was wounded too, I made sure my entire team got back to safety before I left the battlefield. They gave me the Medal of Honor for my actions, but I didn't do it for hopes of an award. I did it because I care about my team and because what we're doing here in Vietnam is important.
I joined the Army as a nurse straight out of college. Here in Vietnam, we work 12-hour days, 6 days a week. This is the hardest work I've done in my life. Every day we see dozens of soldiers come through our field hospital, and we do everything we can to help heal them. We're performing procedures that back home only doctors can do. On my off days, I go back to the hospital and try and comfort the wounded as best I can. My friends back home just don't understand, but I know what I'm doing is my calling. Not just to be a nurse, but to be a U.S. Army soldier and support my country however I can.
We soldiers are trusted professionals and our nation's greatest military asset. We answered America's call to duty and served with honor and selfless service.
All right, America, let's make some noise and show some support for outstanding troops. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Put your hands together. Woo!
That's Ohio over here, right?
Let's see if we can move now. Come on. You got to know how to pony.
Oh, yeah.
Like Boney Maroney. Do the mashed potato. Get up now. Do the alligator. Put your hands on your hips, yeah. Let your backbone slip. Do the white two say. Come on now. Like my little Lucy. You get moving now. Come on. All right. We're going to sing something now. Come on. Ready?
Oh, yeah. Ready.
1, 2, 3. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Do y'all know that? Come on, sing along now. Let's go. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Pretty good. Woo! Let's see it move over here. The angle. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going real good over here.
Stop over here, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Oh, come on. Let's show what we got over here. Come on.
Let's see some over here.
So good, y'all. All right. Feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling all right?
Ready.
Sing it again. Great. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Hey.
Na 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 na. I need to hear you. Come on.
All together.
1, 2, 3. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Woo.
Na 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 na. Oh yeah. Thank you.
The men and women of our Army fought in incredibly challenging conditions in Vietnam, but never wavered in their courage and commitment to the nation and each other. As we emerged from conflict in Southeast Asia, the world was changing in many ways. We asked ourselves, as the world evolves, how do we need to evolve to meet new challenges? The Army went to work on changes to our doctrine, equipment, organizations, personnel systems, and how we trained our professional soldiers. The revolutions in training and doctrine in the post-Vietnam era, as well as the movement from the draft to an all-volunteer force, transformed the Army. Realistic, demanding training, along with inspired, visionary leadership, is the bedrock of the Army profession. The Army instills individual and collective excellence, a commitment to a strong personal and team ethic, and set of professional values. All this is represented in the soldiers of the United States Army Drill Team. The secret to our Army's success was, is, and continues to be unit cohesion and trust. Nowhere is that more evident than in the drill team. Members of the drill team are from all corners of the United States, with a wide range of career fields. They have perfected their skills and are here to share them with you today. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Army Drill Team! Today, the drill team is commanded by Sergeant First Class Jonathan Chappelle from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The drill team represents today's soldiers, as well as yesterday's heroes, who proudly fought in our nation's wars and continue to serve around the world. The total army must be ready for today, modernized for tomorrow, and strengthened by close relationships with our allies and partners. Like the drill team, we build cohesive teams that are highly trained, disciplined, and fit, who are ready to fight and win in any environment. We sustain a culture of respect, trust, and discipline, where everyone takes care of each other. And now, the most difficult maneuver of all. The soldiers will continue to march as members from the front rank toss their rifle into the air over the formation to be caught by the soldiers in the rear rank. This is again an exercise in trust, as team members will have to put their safety in the hands of their fellow soldiers. This is the United States Army Drill Team's signature maneuver since 1958, the front to rear overhead rifle toss. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the ambassadors for today's Army, yesterday's heroes, and tomorrow's soldiers, our United States Army Drill Team. After Vietnam, the integration of technology, planning, training, equipment, and leadership set the foundation for victory over the next 3 decades. It helped to bring about victory in the Cold War with the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. American soldiers also served with distinction in places like Grenada, Panama, Somalia, Haiti, and the Balkans. No other nation on the face of the earth could compete, as America developed weapons like the Big Five, the Abrams tank, the Bradley fighting vehicle, the Apache and Black Hawk helicopters, and the Patriot missile.
The first major foreign military crisis for the United States in the post-Vietnam era presented itself in August 1990, when Saddam Hussein ordered his armies to invade Kuwait. This was no ordinary act of aggression. Iraq's army, the fourth largest in the world, the vaunted Republican Guard, were well equipped and battle-tested after an 8-year war with Iran. Still, in just 100 hours of ground combat, the U.S. Army and her allies achieved a stunning victory over enemies, liberating Kuwait and demonstrating the dedication, professionalism, and high level of training of our soldiers. Added to the history books were victories such as the Battle of Medina Ridge, the Battle of Wada al-Batin, and the Battle of 73 Easting, the largest tank battle fought by American forces since World War II.
America rallied behind its soldiers and their families as we achieved victory in the Gulf War. This spirit was captured in a memorable song of the era.
If tomorrow all the things were gone that I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with my family by my side, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones that died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you, defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones that died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you, defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones that died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you, defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
The Army responded immediately to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, drawing up plans to send Special Forces teams to Afghanistan as part of an unconventional mission known as Task Force Dagger. American soldiers, working in partnership with U.S. airmen and the Afghan enemies of the Taliban, known as the Northern Alliance, struck quickly, adapting as needed to engage in a new type of conflict. Their ability to adapt, tactically, operationally, and strategically, was a testament to their commitment, expertise, and professional excellence.
I'm Captain Mark Nooch, commander of the 5th Special Forces Group, Operational Detachment, Alpha 595. We were one of the first Special Forces teams ready for deployment, told to start planning and to be prepared to use indigenous animals for transportation. I led an experienced team of soldiers who have served in Somalia, Bosnia, or the First Gulf War. But we never imagined we'd be riding horses into battle. Once we arrived in Afghanistan on 19 October 2001, we had a lot to learn. My men adapted well.
Horses give us the flexibility to get in, around, and behind the enemy to cut them off from reinforcement infantry. The U.S. Army hasn't fielded a cavalry unit on horseback since World War II. But here we are, riding side by side with our Afghan allies. In this fight, adaptability and resilience mattered most.
From the mountains of Afghanistan to the deserts of Iraq, where the Army waged war on terrorism by toppling a dictator and enabling the opportunity for democracy, the American soldier demonstrated incredible versatility, perseverance, courage, and teamwork. Today's Army is committed to innovation and new ways of operating in an uncertain world. Strategic partnerships with industry and academic institutions, as well as with our sister services and allies around the globe, are propelling advancements in data-centric operations and resiliency in the face of climate change. As long as we continue to innovate, modernize, and put our people first, we will remain the unrivaled world leader in ground combat operations and continue to redefine what it means to bring the fight to the enemy in 2035 and beyond in all domain operation.
Our Army remains focused on a culture of commitment, competence, character, and caring. Here, we support a professional environment where everyone can thrive and excel as far as their talents can take them, both as an individual and as a team. The Army's 150 unique career fields and 8 broad specialty assignments highlights the growing opportunities for Army recruits.
The Army is its people. People are the Army's greatest strength and most important indicator of our readiness. People mean soldiers in the regular Army, National Guard, Army Reserve, Army families, and Army civilians, as well as veterans and retirees who remain soldiers for life and part of the Army family. It takes people from all walks of life, serving in many different ways, to remain the world's premier land fighting force.
My name is Staff Sergeant Dante Gray from Los Angeles, California, and I serve as an infantry soldier.
I'm Specialist Max Hoslett from Lemoore, California, and I serve as a search and rescue soldier.
My name is Specialist Logan Bostrom from Muskegon, Michigan, and I serve as a cyber specialist.
My name is Specialist Harding from Port Charles, Florida, and I serve as an Army medic.
My name is Sergeant Tatterson from Beaufort, South Carolina. I am Military Police K-9. This is my military working dog, Fargo.
We need warriors from all backgrounds, talents, and geographies to continue the Army's all-volunteer force and enhance the future of our Army to win the next fight.
Together with the joint forces, our partners and allies, and the unwavering support of you, the American people, we will thrive to remain the nation's first line of defense for another 246 years.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and at 'em bright and early. I'm all business in my suit, yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boot. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. And I can't call in sick on Monday when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holiday, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf stands at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice. And I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American, beside my brothers and my sisters. I'll proudly take a stand when liberty's in jeopardy. I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier.
Now taking the field are elements of your United States Army.
I'll proudly take a stand when liberty's in jeopardy. I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, sleep in peace tonight.
it has been a pleasure for the United States Army to present Twilight Tattoo. Thank you for coming out to honor the selfless service of American soldiers, past and present. Enjoy the rest of your evening. People first, winning matters, Army strong!